No one expected the screams from the mansion that night. Behind the white marble gates of wealth and perfection, something monstrous was happening. A pregnant black woman lay beaten, barely breathing. At the same time, her husband, the city's most celebrated millionaire, stood over her without remorse. Neighbors whispered, but no one dared to intervene. Days later, she slipped into a coma. The police report vanished. The news went silent. But the city didn't know. Two men were watching. Two brothers who wouldn't let this injustice fade into the night. Watch till the end. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Before that terrible night, Amelia James was known for her grace and kindness. Once a rising lawyer, she left her career after marrying Richard Hale, a white real estate tycoon with influence that reached deep into city politics. Everyone envied her life, the mansion, the cars, the charity galas. But behind those golden walls, Richard's temper had turned cruel. His love was control, and his jealousy was punishment. Amelia's family, especially her younger brothers, Marcus and Elijah, had tried to reach her. But she always said she was fine, afraid of what speaking up might cost her. When she stopped returning calls, they feared the worst. Then came the hospital call, a voice trembling, "Your sister. She's in critical condition." That night changed everything. The brothers didn't just lose their sister's smile, they lost their faith in justice. When Marcus and Elijah arrived at the hospital, Amelia was unrecognizable. Bruises marked her face. Machines kept her alive. The police referred to it as an accident. Richard claimed she fell, but the brothers saw the fingerprints on her neck. They begged for justice, yet the officers avoided their eyes. Richard's lawyers, his money, his connections, everything worked to bury the truth. The media called it a tragic domestic mishap. Days turned into weeks, and the city forgot. But the brothers couldn't. Every visit to the hospital burned a deeper rage inside them. Marcus, a former Marine, and Elijah, a social worker, had seen injustice before, but this time it was personal. They uncovered security footage showing Richard dragging Amelia before the cameras mysteriously malfunctioned. When they confronted the police with evidence, the file disappeared overnight. That's when Marcus said the words Elijah never thought he'd hear. "No one's coming to save her." "We will." They began tracking Richard, his routines, his business meetings, his security. The brothers weren't killers. They were men stripped of faith in a system that only protected power. Late one night, when Richard left another charity gala, smiling for cameras while his wife lay unconscious, the brothers followed him. The streets were quiet. The city's rich slept peacefully. But two shadows were awake, carrying a pain too heavy to forgive. Richard never saw it coming. His car stopped at a red light, and within seconds his world turned dark. Marcus and Elijah pulled him into an abandoned warehouse near the docks. No words were spoken, only the sound of rain pounding on metal. The man who once controlled everything now trembled in fear. Marcus held up a picture of Amelia, her swollen face, her fragile body, and whispered, "This is what you did." Richard begged, offered money, promises, and influence. But they wanted truth, not wealth. Elijah hit record on his phone. Every confession, every tear captured. When they were done, they left him there, tied, bruised, humiliated. The next morning, the video was everywhere. The city awoke to a billionaire's secret life, and a reckoning that couldn't be bought. The video went viral within hours. Protests erupted outside Richard's estate. His empire crumbled overnight. Investors fled and politicians distanced themselves. The police could no longer ignore it. Richard was arrested, charged, and publicly disgraced. Amelia, still in her coma, became a symbol of justice denied too long. The brothers never revealed themselves, though whispers spread about the shadows who avenged her. For them, revenge wasn't about hate. It was about balance. Weeks later, Amelia opened her eyes. Her first words weren't about pain or fear, but peace. In a world where money buys silence, two brothers taught the city that truth still speaks, louder than power, more audible than fear. The question remains, how many more Amelias will it take before justice doesn't need revenge? Where are you watching from? Take care.